If you've followed me in the past, you know this is not my first video that I've posted. The ones that are on my channel right now have either been of workouts or of me following a script and coming across as being very inauthentic. So this is the first video that I've posted where I have no script that I'm following, and I just want to talk to those who might come across this video and why I'm posting it. I'm going to be 62 in a month. I retired when I was 54, not by choice. In the last 7 or 8 years, I've really had a change in career. The first 30 years, I worked in fast food and climbed the corporate ladder, chasing that success that we're all told that we need to follow. College, graduate school, get a job, and keep taking more and more responsibilities, working your way up to that executive level, which for me was a vice president. But the higher I went in the corporate ladder, the more dissatisfied I became. Yeah, the money was great, don't get me wrong, but I was not happy. And I know I needed to change. So when the opportunity came up, 7 years ago, I was forced out of a job. I was laid off and had the choice of either moving somewhere else out of San Diego, which I did not want to do because I love San Diego, or really thinking and deciding what I wanted to do next. And for me, that was getting out of the corporate rat race. I took a chance and I left corporate. And that first year, I really did nothing. It was a strange experience because for so long I was identified by my job title and what I did. So when I was introduced to someone or someone asked me, what I did, I told them my job and my job title. And I became so identified. And I think my value was so wrapped up in what I did, it really wasn't who I was. Granted, I loved the work that I was doing, but the higher you go up in that corporate ladder, the less and less of that work I was doing. And it was more managing and networking and politicking. And that's not why I went to graduate school, and that's not what I wanted to do. So I left. And fortunately for me, I was always a saver financially. I mean, I can remember as far back as when I was 12 or 13 and having a coffee can in my bedroom. And every time someone would give me a quarter or a dollar or even a dime, I put in that coffee cup or that coffee jar. And when I would get enough and it would get full, I would deposit it into my savings account. And that followed me into my first job where I got that first paycheck. And as soon as I got that first paycheck, I put 30 or 40% of my salary in mutual funds. And that was like in 1987. And every time I got a raise or I changed jobs or I had the opportunity to invest in a 401k, I started putting money away, always putting money away, always. So it gave me the ability to make that decision at 54 to retire. Now, granted, I think all along I had planned on retiring when I was 59 and a half, so I get access to my 401k without being taxed. But I would go into work every day thinking one more day closer to retirement. And I thought, can I do this for 5 more years? Having this feeling inside me that it was sucking the soul out of me, and I just couldn't do it. I left, I took that step, and that first year of retirement was not anything that I had expected in terms of the loss of identity and realizing I no longer had a purpose to get up in the morning. Having a job gives you that purpose to wake up every morning, to go in, to have something to do. Even though you might not be liking it, it's something to do. Like, it's a reason to get up. Without that job, I didn't have a reason. So for that first year, I really kind of struggled in terms of what I wanted to do and where I was going. And then I decided I needed to make a huge change. And I followed my passion of fitness. And you could say I went from fast food to fitness because at the end of that year, I became a co-owner of a CrossFit gym, which was completely different than anything I had ever done. And with that decision of becoming a part owner, I also became a certified personal trainer and started taking on clients as a new coach and personal trainer, which allowed me to have kind of a side hustle. And so I've been doing that for the last 5 or 6 years. And I think now I'm at the point where I'm looking also now to change. So that's why I want to make this channel because I feel like at 60, I'm starting a whole new chapter. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are feeling the same way. When I started thinking about doing a YouTube channel, I obviously I watched a lot of other YouTube channel that talk about over 50 and over 60 and what they want to do with their lives. And I see so many of my friends putting off that decision and just keep on working to chase that carrot, even though they're all financially secure. I think it's the fear of not following that path of success. And for me, I need to redefine that. So I want to create a channel where I can show people that there's more to life than the corporate ladder, especially after 50 and 60, and how I'm kind of recreating my life to make the most of it at this age. What I want this channel to be about is I want to show people that even after retirement, whether you're 50 or 60 plus, you can reinvent yourself after leading a corporate life. That success is not necessarily through a title or your salary, it's being happy. And just because you're retired doesn't mean that life is over. I also want you to follow me on this YouTube channel adventure. I want to get better. One of my biggest fears has always been speaking in front of people, and speaking in front of a camera is a whole different experience. And I want to master that. So if this is something that interests you, I hope you follow me, and I'll see you on my next post. Thanks.